making these the living dead that have privilege, but they are breaking laws. It's time to end it. I just needed to get a little bit of, because don't think there's something about somebody seeing. These could be the people that took the light or the eyes from the children by molestation or violating them in some kind of way when we were little. Um, I was gonna say, so these could be undertakers of the waters or the ocean. These could be undertakers. And like I told y'all, I don't have a family. I'm taking it into account today that all of these people were scammers. I don't know how they obtained me. I don't know what they did with the actual parents. You see what I'm saying? I don't know what they did with the actual parents, because if they're doing the same thing that they did to our parents by chipping the children and then elevating the children or upgrading them so that they have some type of knowledge. It's almost like, okay, they let the Christ shine. They take whatever this is, and then they sit at my table, or they sit in front of me, or they listen to me. They take whatever else God is bringing with the light of this new sun. They block the person. They make them. They shroud the energy or the information by information not so um or they make it or else person that just stays in the house, whatever, like this. But they take the information, they embed it in whatever their structure is, so they can keep on building. It's like a building blocks. So they'll let us like prophesy or spew out the new message that God has as us being arising. They could have got afflicted by something. Well, vampires here, okay. But the problem with the first generationers, which would be the people in my chart on my channel, is the first generationers are the people from the 80s. The zero, what I'm getting is that these are the people that have been the nuisance. Like the people that are here now to live right now that's with the age, they can't be productive. Like, okay, from the 80s to the 90s, the 90s to 2000, 2000, and now we halfway through this next one. Okay, so that'd be 4.5, possibly. But this is like the us people that are in the background. They have different, has something to do with science playing God. So all that shit about trust in science around the time of COVID, it was a spell. So if okay, if these people say my aunties was 10 years old when I was born in 1980, or and then by the 90s, it was like in their early 20s. Something happened where these people did not continue to grow, excel mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. They're bound, they're stuck. They could have followed some warlock or something, got trapped into something like this. They got bamboozled, the silly people that was led away from home. Come move with me here to Virginia. Come move to me here. Come move with me to Carolina. Let's move to Texas or something. Or this could be somebody that had like a lot of boyfriends. They had children and they had a lot of boyfriends moving in and out with their children with them or living with them. All right. A hot girl. You got what I want. Do you really want to satisfy me? I be loving you like Elliot. So, okay. So I'm not talking to, when I say Michelle Henley, I'm not talking to my aunt. I don't think I'm talking to the woman that if I say, hey, let me come over there and talk to you real quick, or I just got your number from Auntie such and such, let me talk to you real quick. This is not the person. The person is, if these people are some of these tribes that never die, or like I said, something happened to them. This is somebody that was they stopped growing around 20 years ago. That person's always looked like that. It's a vampire. These could be like, um, I'm hearing blue bloods, but like true blood. This could be what the Democrats do behind the scenes, because the people with the Republican or the Red Party, they're about the bloodline. They're about what's really coursing through your veins. Now, did anybody ever be able to take somebody else's blood sample or something and sneak into being a part of the redliners? Possibly. You see what I'm saying? Possibly the redliners could be all overturned inside out, because even when we were reading here a couple years ago about the Republicans was having a debate, it was a quote in there from this debate. And they said, well, where we get the money from, or from where we get the wealth from. We get it from the earth. or we get it from the earth. Now, I was just reading something about God judging the people that was doing something to the earth, but now we're at a point where the earth is doing something to the earth. So, do you get what I'm saying? It's not the same way that we're reading in the Bible. You have to be able to read the word and then know. So the difference between seers only and Gnostics. Now, if you're a Gnostic and you're a seer, you're not going by sight, because you in real life, you're not noticing. This ain't something that you can see in real life, right? These people could be in a secret group. They could put cloaks on and masks. They could be under the Nation of Islam as wives under the Nation of Islam, the Black Nation of Islam, and that's why they cover their faces. These are people that hold on to these demon witches. Keeping them covered is to keep their identity safe, because um it's almost like, yeah, they're supposed to be covered, but I feel like these women have a lot more power over these men in the Nation of Islam than they want to portray. Okay, it's like a subtle cowering, or there's something else that's going on here. Okay, so the people that are bullying me are the versions of these ants that were taken out of the Truman Show maybe in the early 90s. These could be people that, if caused this type of thing go on in your household. Some of these people could have trafficked our children, took my original children, trafficked them, cloned them. So these are cloners, trappers and cloners and frauders or something like this, right? Okay. So since the 80s, they've been attached to some people that clone. This is about a whole bigger thing. This is all the stuff leading up to your so-called apocalypse or your war with God or whatever. So when I see these girls in the tarot community, like I think it's Star Chariot or Star something, the black girl with the Bible with the dreadlocks. When I see this person, she looked like my auntie Sandra. My auntie Sandra don't look like that today. So somebody is not the person. You get what I'm saying? Or that is the person. It's just these are different species that are on the earth, and I'm calling them species because they've learned some type of operating skill to keep themselves relevant on the planet. So if I were to pop up at Christmas dinner this year or Thanksgiving, these are not the people that are doing this ghostly thing. Think about that show Ghost or whatever. Or think about one of these shows where, people got their little click or their little ring, or this is what they do. These people, oh, we just went bust through there and such got robbed last night. They can't buy or sell, so they have to go to drugs, selling drugs, or, selling children, or, something like this, because they have to keep themselves they're trying to keep themselves out of the limelight, or out of the matrix or the matrix, or out of this thing. So it's like we're stagnant, like we pieces on the board right now. We're active pieces on the board. Now, what they could be doing is using a forever young version of me, somebody in the middle, one of my clones in the middle, or they could have even created a new one to do what I'm supposed to be doing right now as me. Like when I wake up, that's it. This is the Christ coming to. So they're trying to back up or stop some kind of judgment, because when the Christ come or Shiloh come, that's it. The person is coming to sit on the throne and have power and domain over all of these people. Or the cornerstone that these people rejected when they were building is going to be put in power. So this means that if these people are running down to so in like neighboring cities or neighboring counties where they don't run into you, or they don't go to the, could have grew up in this town that I'm in right here, right? They could still be here in this town. Okay, they could still be here in this town, like in the offskirts or whatever. They're not really, you know what I'm saying? Okay. Oh, Lover's Lane, that could be another Michelle. So somebody must have really, really liked Michelle. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say. Somebody must really, really like Michelle, because she has a lot of clones. Okay, Michelle, the auntie Michelle Henley, or these people that have learned how to come in and feed off of, or when that rising sun is talking, they're like, ooh, that's where the money could be. So I don't know what I'm talking about. But they're supposed to be helpers, silent helpers, that are getting things together, or it's preparing a table, or the table was already prepared, right? And then you have the other people, like just like Jacob and Esau as a people. And then God hated Esau because these are the people that come in. Let's just not even give them a ruddy skin. Let's not do none of that. When you looking at this, the way that these people do it, when they take your person out and kill them and give you a robot instead that they can control, and they can see everything in your house, what your house look like, is it clean, do you wash ass, whatever like this, how you treat your children, so they can put false claims on you with the FISA court, which is a foreign like clues to be dropped, and these people are going and taking them for themselves. So they already know that somebody's a world card, meaning lots of support and sponsorship has come in all around that person while they've been laying in that little sack growing. They're not really living and they're not really dead, right? They're just being sheltered or centered, or something is centered around that person. So the snakes, the brooding vipers, or the leaves, whatever you see around that world card, those represent these particular people. People can go in and out, whatever this is. You don't see these people. It ain't like I'm, because I'm actually that. You get what I'm saying? It's either snake heads, eyes, olives, leaves. It's usually something like that that's wrapped around the world card. Be sure they're a part of this ring. Chile is shaped like a tail, like a snake tail or a dragon tail, or like a lizard tail, or like a lizard tail. Okay, so somebody could be from there, or somebody's trying to say that your bloodline or your DNA goes be from there, or somebody's trying to say that your bloodline or your DNA goes back to there, but it's one of these family members that have taken that information, given your information to them, so people don't look to you for anything, and they've gone on with my royal aid. My person used to go grocery shopping. We used to go spend about $200, whatever, to feed the whole family. 300 is something. Oh, well, if we take food, but this is like getting a hold of someone. I was watching some Jerry Springer, and it's like, okay, my pimp owns my family or runs my whole family. These could be girls that got led away by a pimp, or they thought that this was their boyfriend or something, and then they got led away by a pimp or something like this. So their lifestyle, the way that a lot of these girls are actually really childish too. One that claims the children or is the mother of the children. But believe me, the ones that gets in the back around the childish ones, they be kidding my family unit or whatever they created around me. Always put another child that looked like that child in the spot. So why would you go and take a child out of somebody's house and go through whatever programming, or this could be Sharia law, this could be another Islam law or another law that they use in Islam or in another country, traffic, like to opportunity. I don't know. I'm just telling you what I'm realizing. And they could have made them famous or put them in a spotlight or something like this. And some of them do the dirty work, like trafficking children and stuff like that, or put them in a spotlight or something like this. And some of them do the dirty work, like trafficking children and stuff like this. So in my reality, that never happened. In my reality, child was not kidnapped at first. But what I see now with this system and themselves off of finances, at least that could have been for your child or for, right? So I've been raising my children. I never had my children taken away from me, but I have in a sense. Do you see what I'm saying? Because the mother would be too on alert. They know some people you can fuck with their kids, especially if they dedicated their whole life to their kids. So it's really about making a fool or humiliating someone. Like, yeah, you a seer. If anybody trusts this seer, we took these children back in 1995 and she don't even know. But the thing is, my thing is on the other level. Why did you give them another? Why did you put this thing in place? And you said this person yell at their kids. They don't feed them on. They always got messy hair when they go to school. We need to take this child. But you took the child, but you gave them some type of movement here. You gave the person another child. The difference between this and kidnapping like off Front Street is that you know what to do. If you went and took your child to your auntie house and she like, let the child spend the night over here. I miss her or whatever. We like when she come over, and you come back and somebody say, girl, I don't know what happened to your child. The process starts there. We was asleep last night. We woke up and she wasn't here no more. You go to the police, you do this, you fill out forms, you get the investigation going on, you start looking around, you start knocking on doors, you put up things, you don't rest, your spirit don't rest, your spirit is not settled. The reason why they don't do it like that, I think as well, is because some type of a level of trauma. These are kids that's in family units, but you like, oh no, that's Tommy, that's my cousin Moses, and these children was put in a bag and shaken up. We was all given to, it's like a hot potato. It's like but somebody threw, put all, put them in a garden. You said just pick the day you was ready to name, maybe some people, right, right. First thing we're able to see all these outside, sorry, they're not. So this is these is people doing great. I wanna know you. God wanna show you. Raindrop or something like this. Okay? This. See, somebody could be considering lights. You could be building up a momentum of homies that feel for you. I really love you. I feel for you. You could be building up people that remember or charting their memory. I remember when they did that to me. Let's support this person. Or 2000 when I was okay. When I was, why you be saying that? Oh, those are growing pains or whatever like this. And now if you knew these people how in the you have a job to do. You can't help how somebody wakes up or how they're going to interpret what happened to them or when they're waking up from a slumber or something like this. You can't dictate how that person is going to wake up. See, the thing about now is we have the internet. So if they could have been doing this for centuries and killed themselves because they didn't know or they didn't have an outlet or something like this. So now since we're talking about us being chipped and stuff like this, all the people that's in the thing, if they chipped you, all the people that's in the chip could be your enemies, be siphoning information from you anyways, all your private thoughts, everything like this. Nothing was going to stop them from doing it. So you might as well have another outlet where you're talking, and there's a chance that there are some still people that are like freedom fighters or something that can hear your story and correlate or help you figure out something, or also send other messengers in to say something that can help you during your awakening. Somebody want to make you feel bad because you talk too much or you said this and that. That's not the case here. Because if it's my shit, it's my shit, and you shouldn't be touching it. So it doesn't matter. You see what I'm saying? What you're saying, I don't even look at that as my life no more. You know what I'm saying? It don't even matter. It don't even. It's not even like it's this time. It's like in another time or something like this. That shit is. Or they want you to go through the process and write a book. But I'm not regular. So if you had a million motherfuckers come before me, they ain't me. That's another reason why you can't dictate shit I'm about to do or how the outcome gonna be for you. Cause this shit ain't never happened. Even if you thought you had all these Christ and Martin Luther King them was some Christ or something like this ain't that kind. The shit ain't even go down the same way it went down for them people. Or you just lied about their story. But we know that Martin Luther King and shit was on the news. But this day and age, they're taking our stories and put it on the news with a different face. Why? Because you know that somebody is of the heavens or something like this, and you're not supposed to use their image, or you're trying to confuse the people because you don't want somebody to get support. So somebody's like, oh, Samantha Giles went to confirmation, went to work Thursday night, and she didn't come back. Somebody is really telling me or you all of the clone that you may be necessary for me. They're telling you all the children and everything, telling you they're using all these different names, but they're talking about the deaths that happened to your tribe or my group or my body. Confirmation. This is basically them telling you without telling you. So a Gnostic will know. They're still